What's going on, everybody? I am going all out on glazing, or at least trying to do my best. Um, I really want to try and make this work. Okay, maybe that kind of works. Hold on, maybe if I get my face out of it. Anyway, I'm trying to glaze now over an underpainting, which is which is in black and white, which you can see here. Hopefully that comes up. If not, maybe we can see it here. Right. So anyway, what you do, and here's a good example. I've shown him a few times. Right. So anyway, what you do is you paint in black and white, and then you're going to glaze transparent colors over top. And because of this, let me move the camera one more time. Sorry. You see all these inks, all these liquid acrylics, Militarum ghost tints. I got the scale 75 ink intensity. I've been buying up all the inks and anything transparent. I got the Liquitex inks. These ones are the FW Dollar Ronnie. They're like $5 at Michael's if you use a coupon, so they're pretty good. So this is a speed painting technique. You use an airbrush or a rattle can to zenithal prime. I'm taking it farther than just a zenithal prime. I'm not just doing black and then white from above. I'm doing it black then white from above, and then you go in with a brush and you reinforce the blackest blacks and the whitest whites. This is also what Matt Pietri calls sketch style. It's also just called a grisaille in like historical art and painting. But anyway, it's not really working all that great for me. It's looking okay, but it's looking like it's supposed to be faster, but it's looking like I did it faster. And I was hoping it would look very good with less time. So the difference there is I'm not trying to take a step back in my painting of what I feel like I can do. I'm trying to achieve a striking look in less time. And part of the reason you save time is because you're not base coating. So it's not the traditional base coat, wash, highlight, edge highlight kind of deal. It's already in black and white. You just lay a thin, transparent layer of color, and that color over the white will be brighter, and the color over the black will be darker, and that will create your highlight and shadow right there for you. So obviously this is going to take a lot more practice. I'm not nailing it my first try here, even though I'm working on like 30 or 40 eye guardsmen at the exact same time on my Vostroyans. Their color scheme essentially is just fall. I'm going kind of like a red oxide primer on the vehicles, which hopefully you can see actually kind of looks like my beard. They are just trying to go kind of simple, but basically the idea is that they will blend in to a kind of fall color scheme. I got the little leaf punches from Green Stuff World, so that way I can make cool bases with like some dead leaves. We'll do like some kind of grass and dirt. So anyway, they'll be like their basic like fighting in a nice tree area in September, I guess. I don't know. I just think visually it'll look really striking. A good example of this will be if you pull up Sylvaneth, Age of Sigmar armies. They usually people do either unit by unit or army wide as a different season. So you've all seen like winter snow bases and winter armies, but usually for something like summer or fall or spring, it's kind of not done outside of like the Wood Elves or Sylvaneth. So I'm trying it. Means I'm using a lot of browns, a lot of reds, a lot of oranges, a lot of the kind of yellows, gray, greens, just kind of interesting colors. Hopefully, now the idea is that because I'm using an interesting palette of color, the actual time spent making the model look striking is less. Right? So not only am I glazing over an underpainting of black and white, I'm also using colors you're not used to seeing. So immediately if you walk by the table, you go, whoa, what's going on here? It looks kind of like I want a pumpkin spice latte, right? And that's just going to be because it's hopefully something you haven't really seen a lot of. And so they're Vostroyans. You can't really see whatever. I'm giving them kind of a neutral purple tone. I'm using Reaper's Master Series red brick, and I'm thinning it with Army Painter red tone. So it's a purple. It's like a dark red, but when it thins out, it's kind of purple. And then this is kind of like a red brown, purple brown kind of wash. It's a pretty cool effect. My underpainting's not really. Some parts it picks it up good, other parts it just doesn't work right. And then once you go over it a couple times, you basically have covered your underpainting. So we're still working on that, but we're not really going to backtrack. As long as they look good, we're going to keep going because we still got the Thousand Suns, we still got the Eldar, we still got the Tyranids, we still got all the Age of Sigmar armies. And I've been playing my AdMech like a ton for ever since 8th edition came out. So, they could not use a rest, but I'm pretty much, besides a couple more infantry guys I'll probably do, they're pretty well off, like pretty complete. And then I'll just probably waiting for new models. Maybe I'll pick up another Dune Crawler if I get a good deal locally, just to add my third one. So anyway, have you guys experienced testing out glazing over like a zenithal or underpainting? I'm clearly not doing it the best possible way, but it does feel relatively quick. Like I got like 30 or so guys here and some tanks and stuff, and I've just been jumping around and working on a little bit here and there and this and that. And it seems like I'm getting a lot done. At least it feels that way. If I actually had a complete plan of attack, I think it would go very fast. Or maybe if I just stop second guessing, I guess, my color choices and just, keep go. And then I think what's going to happen is this is going to be... So they do black and white, which you could play with them right then. They'll look better than just gray plastic while you're working on them. The only reason I'm not is because these are metal and they're going to chip like crazy. So if I'm going to put the time into painting them, I want to keep them relatively untouched and safe until I can put a gloss varnish and then like a matte coat over top. So that's the only reason why I'm not playing with them yet and not like cranking out the whole army at once, because the more little chips and stuff you got to go back and fix, then it's just more time. But I think when I get to the Scions, I might crank through them. And I'm not actually a big fan of using like washes over a white primer. But glazes are different. They're more controlled than a wash. So it's not like you're just coating it and hoping for the best. You are directing the paint into areas, although I'm not doing it right. And it's basically coming out like not a wash, but it's not really like a controlled glaze either. So, oh well. If you did it on like, say, fully armored troops like Space Marines, you could do the whole black and white undercoat and then just airbrush or put one layer over everything and then go back in and pick up the details. But because these Vostroyans are so decorative, I don't think I'd save any time by doing an underpainting and then spraying it all maroon for the coat, right? And then you got to still go back and do everything else. So maybe these aren't the right models for this technique. They're also the old metal ones, so they're a little bit kind of wonky. They don't have like the real. They look really cool, but I don't know. Just if you've worked with the older metal models, although they are awesome, there are some things about them that you're just, you're used to the new plastics and how just amazing they are. So that's it. Just wondering if anybody out there has been glazing. I do got a wet palette, 2 wet palettes, and I think that's where the real problem is that I wanted to go fast and not even use the wet palette, and I think that was a mistake. And I think that's why it's coming out more like a wash instead of like a really nice controlled thin layer of paint. So maybe I'll switch to the wet palette on the next 30 or so. I got 15 rattlings here, 2 snipers, 3 psychers, a commissar, command squad, some plasma guns, stuff like that. So maybe the next squad I'll have to switch over to the wet palette. I'm not sure. I'm really excited to weather up my tanks. That's going to be fun. I'll have a total of 5 Lehman Russes, and I think 3 Toroxes and 1 Griffin, which I bought a barrel for a Basilisk off somebody at Adepticon, so I could either convert that Basilisk or that Griffin into a Basilisk, or I think the Griffin has like Forge World rules, but I don't support Forge World in the game. But since I got a good, that came with 3 of my Lehman Russes, it's just an extra tank, so I might use it, whatever. Or I'll just use it as a mana core or something. I don't care. If anybody... I don't think anybody have a problem with it. I don't really care either way. Not the people I play with anyway. They'll be fine. So anyway, got a whole bunch of inks here. I'm glazing. Do you glaze, bro? Like, let me know, right? So just let me know if you have any tips or maybe like a link to another video you found really helpful. Like I said, I'm trying to speed paint, but creating a lot of contrast and real striking. So visually they'll be very appealing, but not speed paint like base coat, wash, dry brush. They're done, right? I want to do them a little better than that. And plus these models aren't going to really lean towards that because they're so decorative. And actually I think once I really knock out all the metallics, they'll pretty much look way more complete because of the fact that they have a lot of like extra bracelets and straps like holding their jackets. And when you look at the artwork on the website, they are pretty much all painted metallic with like red jackets. So I picked them because they have cool mustaches and gas masks, so they'll make cool allies to my Adeptus Mechanicus. That was the original plan, but then I got a good deal on a couple things and traded my Flesh Eater Quartz for Scions, and all of a sudden I got a Imperial Guard army. So now I got an Imperial Guard army, but I also got the Vostroyan army with Scions plus the AdMech, and then I could do like combinations of them, like 2 detachments and then 1 extra allied detachment, which could be cool. The only thing with that is I would, if I was gonna like ally them full time, I would base them the exact same, and I don't want to do that. I want to base these guys like they're in Vermont in the fall, something like that. So basically what I've been doing for research, and this is maybe a good idea if you've stuck around in the video this long, just go on Instagram and like search whatever landscape you like have an idea for color scheme wise, and it's a good way to come up with some good color schemes. So if you just start searching like fall leaves, autumn, or Google image search, you don't have to go to Instagram, but spring flower fields, that sort of thing. Nature kind of naturally has the right color palette because it can't not be right because it exists, it's real. So it's a good way to just kind of get some ideas. Um, so that's kind of how I came up with the scheme. It's just as simple as that. My AdMech, I just wanted to do them blue and orange, and the blue I knew I wanted not like ultramarine blue. I wanted it like a gray muted blue, and the orange was obviously browns and rust, and then some of the power weapons are actually kind of a bright orange. But so that's kind of how I picked my scheme. Let me know about glazing. Thanks for watching. We got a lot of subscribers and views on that FAQ video. I'm going to do another one here in a second about Deep Strike, because that's been kind of the main topic. I feel like everybody seems pretty happy with the 0 to 3, but Deep Strike seems like the main topic. So we're going to do another one. When we reach 100 subscribers, we're giving away Abaddon, which watch them announce a new Abaddon model, and then nobody will want my old Finecast Abaddon. But hopefully somebody will get some use out of it. And I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.